Everyone, Assalamu alaikum. This is Dr. Qusay Faisal with you, and we are proceeding this is third week, so we are going to take second topic from English for Computer Science Department, and this topic it will be focused on internet and emails. Also for grammar at the end of the topic, we are going to go for grammar, we are going to talk for certainty, okay? So, regarding internet and email, the internet could be established using routers. What is router? We are going router and switches. What are these things? We are going to see it later on. And other connections through ISO 7 layers. What is ISO 7 layers? We are going to talk about it later on, which is International Standard Organization. That's the abbreviation of ISO. And we are going to talk about TCP/IP. So ISO, OSI, International Standard Organization, International Organization Standardization, Open System Interconnection. That's ISO, OSI. Now, this topics actually is going to be one of the lectures called networking lecture. That will be in year 4. You are going to study it in year 4 with Dr. Luay. So, however, ISO, OSI, this is, you do need to know what is abbreviation mean. This is, you must memorize this one. TCP/IP also, I'm going to talk about it later on. You do need to memorize it. Domain name service and DNS, also one of this abbreviation, you are going to use it in year number 4. However, they are very important. And what is ISO, OSI? There are 7 layers that's to prove the connection of internet. So the internet start from the computer and goes through the computer to wires, and then delivers through wires to another computers. These are the procedure of the 7th layer. So this procedure could be from physical layer to application layer, or versa, from application layer to physical layer. Let me say that you are receiving email from internet. So what is the procedure? First of all, when you receive the email, is going to go through wire. The wire and the computers, that's called physical layer. Because why is physical? Because you could touch. Then when it reaches through wire to switch, okay, this is called data link layer. Okay, so from wire to switch, this is called data link layer. Data link layer, it have something. This is layer in network, and this layer, it have something called MAC address. MAC address, Media Access Control. MAC, M-A-C, stand for Media Access Control. And that MAC address, it have some certain of control to control this data. It will go to which IP address. It's going to control the IP address. Then there is a network layer above that. So that's if you have a router or something like that, so it will go to network layer. Then after that, it will go to transport layer. So it's going to this after it goes out from router, so it's going to put packets. It will put it in packets. Okay, these packets, it will go to sensation layer. After that, presentation layer. Finally, application layer. Application layer, when you see this message from internet, you see it on your monitor. Application layer, when the message is reach on your monitor. So these are the 7 layers, are very important for network, and you do need to memorize it. So in the exam, in midterm or final exam, I could ask you write the ISO OSI 7 layers model. So this is ISO OSI 7 layers model. There is another model which is 5 layers model. We are not going to talk about it. You are going to know it more in details in year 4. But however, this is English for computer science, so one of the important topics for you as a computer science students, you do need to know about network and the email and all these basic things. So the basic things is you do need and you must memorize these 7 application layer, ISO, OSI application layer. And I'm going to tell you about abbreviation later on. Also, you do need to memorize it. However, the application layer, it could be opposite, it could be starting from application from the monitor. That's when you are sending the message. So the from the monitor, when you send it, when you click send, so it will go to the presentation. The presentation, actually, it will be something like, it will put the application with packets. So this packets, it will go to sensation. So it will put another packet. The details of this explanation, you'll know it in year 4, not now. But I'm just giving you hint about it. Then it will go after that to transport layer. Then when it reach to router, so it's network layer. Maybe it will reach to switches as well. This is network layer and data layer for router and switches. Okay, the data link layer. So data link layer, but network layer only router. Network layer only router. Why router? Why network layer only router? Because we are going to see it later on. Okay. So data link layer. Okay, that's when you have a switch. And physical layer. Physical layer when you have hubs and cables. And then it goes through internet. So these are you must memorize it because this is one of knowledge question. It will come to the exam, either midterm or final. So maybe it will not come, but normally, I think not the last year before, it come to the exam. So you must memorize it. Okay, this is to show you that's 7 layers. This is computer and this is computer. So if you are sending information from here to here or opposite, so it will go from one computer, it goes through application, presentation layer, session layer, transport, network, data link, physical, and then go out. It goes through network. See here, to reach to network. This is switch, and then it goes to another switch. This is router, and then it goes to other router. Then to reach to hub, or it will reach to cables and hubs. Maybe from hubs it will be forward to another to the computer directly, and it goes up all the way. Data link, network, transport, session, presentation, application. Application is the monitor of other computer. So that's how network, that's the basic idea of how network works. So you do need to memorize this one, V7. Now, if you see this is slide presentation. So here, number 1, this is router. Why name is router? Because it's going to route, gives direction where the message is going to go based on the IP address which is used. So each computer or each router have its unique IP address. So this is a device which select the best route to send data from one network to another. So if, for example, you want to deliver information to this router, and this router is blocked down or have a problem, so it will find another way, best route to deliver this one. Maybe it will go from here to this router, or from here it will go to this router, and then goes through this company network to this router, and then route from here, and it will reach to this router. So it will take this direction. So it will compare the router it have automatically is going to calculate the best path. Maybe calculate the best path through here and here and here. So it will to see what's the shortest path to deliver the information to here if this router have a problem. So router it have something to select best path. Then we have in this network what we have something called mainframe. Actually, mainframe is a special computer which provide service to network. That's mainframe. Then what we have something called a company which there is something called internet service provider. Internet service provider, that's a special company which provide internet access. Same like, let me say, Google, Yahoo. This is internet service provider. It's provide internet. Google, Yahoo, Hotmail, all these are service companies. Okay. Then number 3 is a company which provide internet access. So what is number 3 here? This is number 1, 2. This is what I talked about it later few seconds ago. Number 4, large multi-user computer for processing very large amount of data. See here. So this is large amount of computer. This is to proceeding large amount of data. So between them, among them, it's going to proceed large amount of data. Then it will go through router to forward the information. And we have number 5 here. So this is if you university network. So if you use a computer, network computer, to share software, to share to have same hardware. So this is possible in university network. So computer, number 5, computer connected together to share hardware and software. So from this computer you could click in and you could play with other computer. Let me say you play with this computer during this computer. That's when you share a network. I think most of you knows this information, but you must, if you don't know it, so you must know it. You have an idea about it. Now I will go to something important for the site. Okay. So what is this? www.google.com or .yahoo.com, or sometimes same like when you Google to Jihan University, www.jihan.edu.krd. What's that mean? Actually, this is www. This is abbreviation, and you should knows what is this abbreviation mean. Because you will need it. If it's not now, you will need it in year number 4. And your computer science department, you must know what is www mean. www means World Wide Web. That's what it means. And this is Google. Actually, this is the provider, the company which provide internet service provider for internet. Com means commercial. We are going to learn about these things later on. Com or org or edu, all these are definition. We are going to know what is it. There is MILT. What's mean MILT? So, and then after that, after com, maybe .iq, same like if you are in Iraq, .iq, or you could put the country after this, the country where you are. For example, .krd, you are in Kurdistan. So this is how you put it. But I don't think there is .krd for Google. Google will recognize it as .iq only. However, so this is we are going to go through this, what's mean of each one later on. For this website, we can know anything about what we want. For example, if you want news, so you could have www. The name of broadcaster news, for example, .news.com, okay, or something like www.bbcnews.com. So you'd know from the name of the website, you would realize what is this website do. For sport, you would know there is something written on the website about sport. Entertainment, so you could find about entertainment. Education, actually you find .edu, education. Health, okay. Science, all these, it have some basic extension in the website, and we are going to see later on what is the extension. Just few slides, we are going to see each extension what's mean. Now when you open, for example, if I would go and open, for example, a website. So for example, I'm going to open now website. See here, this is Google website. Okay, so I'm going to write www.google.com, for example. What you will find? You will find at the top at the top of this window, what you find here the title, Google. Okay, so these are the titles where you find it at the top. Also, what you find web browser. So this is to forward, this is to backward, this is to forward, this is to refreshment, for refreshment, this one. Okay, this one for refreshment. And it have something here, let me see, just 1 second. So it have title, it have menu. Now this menu, this is the old style of the website. This is, I think, 5 years ago or 6 years ago. It used to be like this. It have this one, menu bar. So this is for backward, forward, this is to stop, this is for refreshment, for printing. Nowadays the website, it have shorter view. So no need for command toolbar. We call it command toolbar. File, edit, view. That used to be 5 or 6 years ago. Nowadays, this is command toolbar is gone. You don't find it. Also, the menu bar. So this is the menu bar. What is it? The menu bar here. File, edit. So this the menu bar. Also, you will not find it. You will find just the title bar. So where is the title bar here? You find it at the top. Okay, this is the title bar, which is Google, and you will have address link, or what we name it URL. This is abbreviation. You do need to memorize it. So in exam, I will tell you one of the question what URL means, or what is the abbreviation of URL. So you should tell me. The URL means Uniform Resource Location, where the location of the website. So this is the location of the website you find. Now here you could type address, or any information you want to search about. So this is, we call it search bar. So however, we have title bar. Okay, this is title bar, and we have link here. We have link URL bar. This is, we call it link URL bar or address bar, and this is search bar. We have a few of menu bar. Okay, but just backward, forward, and refresh. That's what you have. Nothing more. Print, favorites. That's what used to be 5 or 6 years ago. Favorites. So if you want to save your favorite information or favorite, so you could do it. But now you will not find it here. Okay. So that's what you will find if you go to website. Now let's go for another topics, which is here some abbreviation which are very, very, very important, and you do need to memorize them. So what is ISP? ISP, actually the internet service provider. If I go to this picture, ISP, the internet service provider, this one, which is like Google, as I mentioned, Hotmail, Yahoo, the big company which provide internet. So that's ISP, internet service provider. HTTP, what is HTTP? Actually, it's a protocol. When you go, let me go to here. If I go here, no, this is www. So if I go to this one here, you find HTTP dot, there is double dot, and there is / www.yahoo.com. What is HTTP? This one. Actually, HTTP is a protocol in router that provide internet. Without HTTP, there is no internet. HTTP means Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and this is have a number. You don't need to memorize the number, but I will tell you. You will know this number in year number 4, in class number 4. When you reach to stage number 4, you know what is this number. The hypertext transfer protocol have number of 80. So if you configure router, if you want to block internet on some company or in some let we say school, forbid it from internet, just you go to the router. If you are admin, of course, if you are admin of this one, go to the router and just write deny, D-E-N-Y, deny 80. Okay, when you write deny 80 in router, so you are going to forbid internet from coming to this let me say school or company. So you are forbidding internet from coming to this one. You will know this one when you configure router. I'm not sure you will reach to this level in year 4. Okay, so I'm going to give you idea about year 4. And that would happen during exam, final exam or midterm exam, when company or when the school don't want don't want students to have internet. So you could configure the router of this company or this school, deny 80, so you are blocking this school from internet. So to forbid internet during the exam. So that's HTTP 80. There is another protocol called domain name service. The domain name service, this is a protocol, another protocol. And protocol in router, when you configure it, you are going to deal with number, the protocol number 53. This number 80 and number 53 is not going to come in the exam, but what is going is the abbreviation. This is really important. HTTP, Hypertext Transfer Protocol. This is very important. We go to network class, year 4. Domain name service. TCP/IP. This is really important. Without TCP/IP, you don't have internet. This is mean actually domain name service and TCP/IP, both of them are important for internet. What is the difference between them? You will know about it in year number 4, but at the moment you do need to memorize the abbreviation. TCP/IP is Transmission Control Protocol, Internet Protocol. Okay? Now, we have a question. In internet, there is very important things, which is something called server and something called client. What is server? What is a client? Actually, server is a computer going to classify service to provide internet to the users who are going to use, the computers who are going to use the internet. Let me say you have 3 or 4 computers. Let me say you have 20 computers. So one computer is going to provide internet to the 20 computer. So this is going to do web server and is going to do web page, file server, computer files to these 20 computers. And thus the computer should have high capability, high speed, okay, and it should have massive memory. So that's called, this computer called with high speed and massive memory, and is going to provide internet to another computer called server. Okay, the other computer who are going to use the internet, they're called users, or we call them client. So when you are going to use the internet, let me say you go to internet shop, you are going to use the internet, so you will be user or client. So client is another name for user. So what is the difference between user and client? So you do need, now you know it, and you must don't forget it, because you are going to use it a lot. Server, what is server? Client, what is client? That's where it will be casual, normal use. We are not going to tell you. We are going to go for word called client or user. Okay, and we are going to go for word called server. So it will be normal use. You are in computer science. So that's for that. Now let's come for important part, which is email parts. Now all of you, I believe that all of you, especially now we have a Google Classroom, you must and you should have email address. So what is the parts of email address? Email address, it have 5 important parts. First part is the name of the user, name of the this is, we call it identify the we call it user ID. User ID, your name. So this is, if this is your name Ahmed and this is your email, so first thing is your name or the user ID. So for example, your name Ahmed and you put it not Ahmed, you put it MG. So this is your user ID. So that's first one. The user ID could be, let me say, shows your so shows your occupation, or shows your study. For example, you write COMPSC. That means computer science. So this is shortcut. You could put underscore, dots, all these things. So this is user ID. After that, the domain. So the domain is the company who is going to provide this service. So this is the internet service provider to this one. There is Gmail. There is, lots of people have Yahoo. Okay, so this is the domain. After that, the organization. So if it's commercial or organization, so commercial, so it's COMP. If it's organization, so it will be .org. If it's for education, same like we have our website, jihan.edu. Edu means education. The last one, the last part of the email will be for country. UK means United Kingdom, that's Britain. USA, that means United States of America. IT means Italy. FR means France. KRD means Kurdistan. IQ means Iraq. So all these are, shows the area or the country which you are in. So that's the email part. You must, you are computer science and this should be basic for you. So you must know that. This is username. So the partition username, ID. This is the type of organization. So com, edu, org, all these things. And the last one is country. So that's the partition of the email. Now internet domain with abbreviation. So this is organization. I told you organization org. So com or co, that's commercial or organization as well. Edu, education. Gov means government. Okay. INT means international organization. MIL means military. So for soldiers and obviously Peshmerga, MIL. So .mil means for Peshmerga. NET means network provider, and thus normally NET it will be special use for the internet service provider, not for us, for normal people. Org means organization. So for countries, AT means Austria, or in Arabic we call it Namsa. AU means Australia. CA means Canada. Okay. CH Switzerland. DE stands for Dutch. Dutch means German. Spain ES. France FR. IT means Italy. All these are countries. IQ, I will add to that. IQ means Iraq. KRD, some of the emails you could put KRD, and others you cannot. You have to put IQ. IQ for Iraq, it will be more global. Okay, so it depends on where you could put KRD and where you can't. So if you can't, you put IQ. Now this is a question. We want to link or match between this one and this one. So here from 1 to H, this is email. So look to this email and just try to find out from this email what is this present. So for example, let we go. I'm going for this one, .it. .it should be something. IT means Italy. Okay, from IT I know this is for Italy. How much things for Italy we have? We have 2 things. So I am going to read this one. A UN organization based in Italy. Okay, this is 1. Is there anything on Italy else? This is US politician. This is Switzerland. So Switzerland, I said this is Switzerland. That's should be end with S. What if you go to slice up Switzerland? So it should be end with CH. So something. So this is not necessary. but you have to look. So this is BBC. So today at bbc.co.uk. UK, this is United Kingdom. But from BBC, I know this is British Broadcast Communication. This is BBC. This is stand for news. Stand for news. I know this is for news. Is there something written here about news? So this is here organization based in Italy. This is politician. This is, so there is nothing about news, isn't it? This is one. If you go for ABCDE, a news program on public broadcast service in UK, United Kingdom. So this is BBC. Okay, public, actually B means British Broadcast Communication. So here, public broadcast service. This is not a shortcut for this one. Okay, .co.uk. So this is British in UK. Everyone knows what BBC means. So all these are you have to read as much from that. So this is something that end with MIL, that means something in military. This is something in France, so that I have to read something done in France, and so on, and then much. Okay, it's not necessary from here. For example, if I don't know .it, what is .it, so maybe I will note from here CANTSOC. Okay, and then read and see what is this stand for. By this you could link. For example, if I want to link this number 3, I will link it with E. So I will write 3 dash E. Okay, 3 arrow to E. So that's the link. Not you draw a line from here to here, from here to here. No. 3 arrow and then to E. And then you continue the rest. I think it's easy for you and you could manage it. This is exercise, it's not homework, it's exercise for you to do it. If you don't understand it, please let me know. Just link between these things, link it with what is equivalent to them on this one. From 1 to 8, link it with equivalent from A to H. So that's easy for you. Now there is another question here. These are not homework again. This is just to exercise. Now we come to today grammar. That's it for network. We come to today grammar. Today grammar is about certainty. Actually, certainty is how much you are sure or you are not sure about certain information. So if you are 100%, actually I put some line here to show the percentage of certainty. Okay, so if you are 100% sure, you use will. For example, if you say, okay, I will do this, so you will do this, that means you are 100% sure you are going to do it. Okay, but if you say, for example, I can do it, so that means also very high percentage of certainty. By the way, these numbers I put it, this is not based on reference. Okay, these are not based on reference. These are I put it based on experience, based on my experience, and it have no reference, just to easy the idea for you, get it easy. So if you say I will, that means you are 100% you are going to do what you will to do. Okay, if you say I can, that means you are going to do it, but with something, for example, I can't fix this one. I can't fix this one. That means you are going to fix it, but what's happen if there is something like 10% or less than 10% that it may not get fixed. Okay, some percentage you cannot fix it. Something like 10% or less, but there is high possibility that you are going to fix this one. Okay, so this is I will, that means you are 100% sure. Can, that means roughly about 90%. This is my own number I put it. Okay, this is not based on reference, based on experience. Okay, when you say could or shall, this is also high, considered as a high percentage of certainty. For example, I could do this, so but is less than can and is less than will. So let me say is about 70%. You say I could, I shall. So this is about 70% of certainty. Now if you are 50-50, you are not 100% sure, and 50-50, so I may. So I may or might. Both are in the middle, 50% of certainty. Now at opposite of could and shall, these are 70%. Now you could say I couldn't or I shouldn't. Okay, when you do something, you say something. You say, oh, I shouldn't say that. When you say I shouldn't say that, that means you feel sorry that you say it, but it's okay. You feel sorry that you say it, but it's okay. You say it, okay. But if you didn't say it, it would be better. Okay, I shouldn't do that. So you did something and you feel sorry about it. Okay, but you did it is okay. Okay, it will not affect that much. But when you say can't, this is high percentage. So this is opposite of can. So can is 90%. If you want it about 10% of certainty, so you put not. Cannot. So it will be can't. C-A-N anti can't. Okay, cannot. Okay, can't. C-A-N-T. Want. So want is opposite of will. If you say I will, that means 100% sure. Will not, W-I-L-L not, or the shortcut for will not, you put W-O-N apostrophe T. So this is about opposite of will, which is 100%. You are not opposite of will. So it's 0%. Okay, want is 0% or will not is 0%. That's based on my experience. Okay, now let's go back. That's, we call it modal verbs. Modal verbs: can, could, may, will as well. Will is not mentioned here. Okay, will when you are sure 100%. Must, shall, should. Okay, yes, here. Will is here, written here. Would is exactly like can. Would or can, same percentage of certainty. So would about 90%, exactly like can. But if you want to 10% of this one certainty, so you would not or wouldn't. Okay. So this would exactly like can, same percentage of certainty. How you put it? The rule is you put the certainty word and then you put infinitive. Okay, example for that is if you want to talk about something is possible in the future but not certain, about 50% certainty, so you could use 50% certainty, so you use may or might. Okay, so sorry, there is one verb I didn't mention about it, which is must. Must is less than should and is less than shall and should. So let me say must is the percentage of certainty about 60%. So must is more than may and might, but is less than could and shall. So must should be something about 60% of certainty. Okay, so here they may come later, so they are 50%. Okay, they may come later, so possible they come or possible they will not come. They may come by car, so probably they will come by walk or by bus, so something like that, or by train, but they may come by car. So another thing, if you want to, that's for present and the future. Okay, for present and future, the rule is you put the certain word and you put infinitive. Now what about if you talk about past? So past you should put with ed, Okay, we could have, might have. So, and you use after the verb. After the verb, you should use what? You should have. Okay, so because so example for that: could have, might have, may have. Example for that: they could have arrived hours ago. They could have arrived hour ago. So this was possible. Okay, this was possible for, but you are not sure did they arrive or not. Maybe in somewhere else. They could arrive. They could have arrived 1 hour. So you are going to talk about something in past. Maybe happen. There is high possibility they are happen, but you are not sure. You have to call, contact from some person to know that if they arrived or not. We use model can to make general statement. As I mentioned, can have high percentage of certainty, about 90%. So it can be very good in winter, very cold in winter. So you are high certainty, about 90% sure that it would be cold in winter. But there are maybe sometimes, few days it would be, warm in winter. I don't say hot, but I say it's warm. Could be not very cold, Spring. It can be very cold in winter. So you can easily lose your way in the dark. So this is high possibility, about 90%. So when you walk in dark and there is no light, there is very very big possibility that you lose your way. You cannot see the way. So this is high possibility. There is another thing. It could be very cold in winter. So I mentioned that just few minutes ago. So instead of can, we could use could. So there is difference between could have and could be. So this is difference. So one of them is for past and one of them for present. So that's about some of the certainty. There are more example about certainty. I will go to next slide. So there is something impossible. Impossible. So opposite of can and will. So as I mentioned, if you put it something 100% sure, possible, 100% possible and sure, so will and can. If you are 100% sure it will not happen, is impossible to happen, so you put not. This is not, will not for impossible. Cannot also for impossible. Will and can are very close, high percentage. But will is for certain 100%. Can is just little less than will. So the opposite, you put not, so you'll be certain for impossibility. So example for that can't be true. So this is impossible to be true. When you did something, you say, oh, that person, he did something. You say that can't be true. So that means you are lying. You have high possibility this is wrong information. Not him, maybe another person, not him. So that can't be true. Okay, when you are, surprised from something. So that can't be true. You cannot, so this is, you could put CAN and apostrophe T, or you could put CAN and then space not. You cannot be serious. Okay, so when you think that the person is doing some jokes, so you say you cannot be or you can't be serious. We use couldn't and could not to talk about past. So we knew it could not be true. Okay, he was obviously joking. He could not be serious. Okay, that cannot be serious, you could say. For probability we could use must. As I mentioned, must is to have little high possibility than may and might. So let me say about 60%. Based on my theory. This is not based on reference. So based on my theory, so it could be about something like 60%. And there are some examples for using must. As one of the example, it's getting dark. It must be quite late. Okay, so why is dark? Because must be late. So let me say it's 9 p.m., 10 p.m. So it's dark. So there are more examples. You could see it and just have a look at it. Lastly, using of might. Might, as I mentioned, might, may and might. So it's about 50%. It's exactly, you could use may instead of might. So if you use might or you use may, it's same percentage of certainty. So for example, I might see you tomorrow. You could say I may see you tomorrow. It will give you 50% certainty. It's exactly same. So might and may is same percentage of certainty and there are no different. However, when you are going to write article, if you say it might, I might, and you use word or verb, if you use the verb might too much, the article will be boring and not nice. So so if you use may and might and you change in the word of certainty, sometimes you use must. Okay, must is close from may and might, so it will be better if you change in the certainty words. Your article will looks nicer. If you use too much of one word on all your sentence, too much, it will be not looking nice. That's it for today's lecture. Thanks for listening, and see you next lecture hopefully. Thank you. Bye.